Right, everyone, and welcome to the post-match reaction of Liverpool versus Red Star Belgrade. Liverpool have been beaten 2-0 by the Serbian champions anyway. It's a very difficult result to take, and I want to gauge every single one of your thoughts on the match. I'll be reading them out live as well, but if you want to get involved after the match, make sure to drop all your comments in the comment section below, and I will reply to them and then feature them in tomorrow's episode anyway, everyone. But we all thought the Napoli game we thought the Napoli game was bad away, everyone. Well, welcome Scotty, welcome everyone that's joining the live stream. I get to your comments in a little second, everyone. Yeah, easy, of course, I remember you, mate. But just get started, really. We all thought after the Napoli result and away performance in Europe could not get any worse. And tonight, it definitely did get so much worse. Huge credit. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, yeah, Liverpool played poorly, but huge credit. I think I've not seen a lot of plaudits go out to Red Star Belgrade. The end of it, I was listening like every single one of you on the telly. They created such a huge, fantastic atmosphere, as was expected. We've heard a lot about their stadium and like the compactness of how difficult they make it for a lot of teams. Napoli only escaped with a point. Liverpool have escaped with no points really on the board. Anyway, it's frustrating. But huge credit to Red Star Belgrade tonight. Before we go into Liverpool's analysis from all of us anyway in the live stream and after the video. But huge credit everyone to Red Star Belgrade, the way in which they made it difficult. They started off the game fantastic. Got at us from the very beginning. We seen it in the first, well, not the first leg, but when they played at Anfield anyway, they made it very difficult to really. For Liverpool, they never give us a moment on the ball, and that's what you should be doing for a lot of teams. A lot of teams have very much figured us out how to play along against us, really. But the changes, but shout out to Red Star Belgrade before we go into it anyway, mate. But Daniel Sturridge, as Scotty just said, then when we start talking about Liverpool's performance tonight, as Scotty just said there, we should have been 1-0 up in the very literally moments of the game. Daniel Sturridge, it was a big surprise for him to start, wasn't everyone? Ahead of Firmino anyway, up front. You're asking Daniel Sturridge, there's one player on that pitch that you would expect for him to bury that chance, and that's Daniel Sturridge, but he didn't put it away. And if Daniel Sturridge does put that goal in, you're very much looking at like Liverpool could have ran away with that game easily. It's goals change games, and that goal, if Daniel Sturridge did score in the opening minutes, that could have been the precedent, set the tempo, and it would have made it a lot more difficult for the Serbians to really, they would have been asked to come out getting beat 1-0, but that wasn't the case, everyone. Liverpool, I'll read off the stats now before we go into the player performances, everyone. Welcome everyone, thank you very much for joining. Let me know your thoughts. I will be reading out every single one of your comments. I'll just read off the stats before we get into every single one of your comments, everyone. Pavkov, obviously he scored in the 22nd minute and then he scored in the 29th. We can analyse those goals anyway, but getting the statistics up, Liverpool had 63% of the ball tonight with 22 goal attempts and 3 shots on goal, and obviously 10 shots off target and 9 block shots, free kicks, obviously 13 for Red Star Belgrade. Red Star Belgrade had 10 goal attempts with 4 on goal and 3 off target as well, everyone. Corner kicks, free kicks, apologies. Fouls, I'm trying to look through all the statistics, everyone. You can just see by the statistics statistics in terms of the passing. Red Star Belgrade registered a 258 passes compared to Liverpool 643. That just shows how little of the ball they had, but how much they did do with the ball. Liverpool had so many, 643 passes tonight, and we didn't really create absolutely anything, really. The creativity was not there tonight. When Shaqiri wasn't there, obviously we all know why he wasn't there. But you're asking your midfielders, Adam Lallana, Milner, and obviously Ginny in the midfield 3, which we'll talk about in a little minute. But everyone remind me that we'll talk about those 3 anyway. But welcome Scotty. welcome everyone. Zuki, yes, Jack, welcome everyone. Adam Yates, by the way, of course, mate. Gutted, but Tom, I tell you what, we're all going to be frustrated. But I think if we all think about it, really, we're not surprised. It's sad. We haven't been playing well for the last couple of weeks, have we? In reality, our defence has played fantastic, but our forward line again tonight, something needs to be asked. I think Klopp, out of all of us, we're all fans anyway, but you could see by how angry Jurgen Klopp was on the touchline. He's the coach, he puts the tactics out for the team to deploy, and the team weren't really good enough tonight. And I wouldn't even pick a man of the match tonight, because even I've seen a couple of shouts to Sadio Mane, but the amount of time Sadio Mane tonight really very much lost possession of the ball. I know he's a forward and he wants very much to attack everyone, but he lost the ball far too many times tonight as well. Fun fact, the guy who scored both goals only cost Red Star Belgrade £3,000. That's right, isn't it? He's done fantastic, and it's a result for Red Star Belgrade that they can talk about for a very, very long time in their history. They've got a huge history anyway, but another night tonight, this night tonight will be spoken about for a very long time in Serbia. But as I started off the show with Scotty saying, he said we should have been 1-0 up. We missed Shaq, and I think the Arsenal game was tired. It was too tiring for the boys anyway. I thought you would have done a watch along for the game, Scotty. Not for the European games, mate. Apologies. I'll try and definitely do that. But obviously, if you on previous videos, been having terrible internet connection activities anyway. So I wanted to do a live watch along anyway. But the last live watch along was terrible, mate, and I want it to be the best experience for you anyway, because I don't want it to be lagging, the audio to be out of sync, Scott. So apologies, mate. Just seemed, this is from Liam M. It just seemed like there was no real desire to work as a team. Liam, that was very much the case against Napoli, wasn't it, mate? I thought, as I started off the show, like every single one of yous, when we were watching the Napoli game a couple of weeks back, you were like, no one's even trying it. I know it's like, it's mad to actually say that someone's not trying, but the team was so poor. And Liam, and every single one of yous tonight, when you're watching that game, you're like, come on, boys. It's not even a case of Red Star Belgrade made it so difficult for us. Rightly so, they're winning 2-0. They're not going to be flying out at us. They're not going to be losing a 2-goal lead. They've come out, played their game. Their game plan has worked. And happy days, they're going to stick 11 men in that penalty area. And it's up to Liverpool and those players in that team to really create the space, create the chances. And frankly, tonight, we've only registered 3 shots on goal in the whole game. And we can talk about it's the second goal, really, that does my head in, and probably like a lot of yous. Alisson should definitely have got a hand to that, 100%. It's not good enough defensively. Red Star Belgrade very much did get in behind Liverpool's midfield far too easy. Gini Wijnaldum was very much the holding midfielder in that game in terms of the three. You're looking at Adam Lallana and Milner, very much are the two creative forces in that midfield in that first half, but frankly they didn't do enough. And then when you're looking at Gini Wijnaldum's performance in terms of that goal, especially the second one, he's far too forward, and Red Star Belgrade, it was a pop shot, rightly so. Great strike, but that should not be going in the back of the net anyway. And I think there was a lot of you scratching your head, being like, surely Alisson would have at least gone. I think he goes with his left hand. Correct me if I'm wrong, everyone, but I think it's his left hand to save a shot when it's in the top corner. I don't actually understand why he's actually not gone with his right hand anyway. And he was off fault for the Arsenal. Not off fault, but I felt at the Arsenal game at the weekend as well, he left himself positional-wise. I think that's something he needs to sort out anyway. He's being caught out positional-wise in terms of his, when he come out for the Arsenal goal, he come out and then he went out, he got caught in between, didn't he? He was like, should I go back out? Should I go back on my line? And he was caught right slap bang in the middle. And tonight, again, the positional play for his Arsenal goal was terrible, and the positional play in terms of where he is positioned in terms of trying to save that shot, everyone. It was frankly not good enough from a keeper's point of view. Yeah, let's get to your comments, everyone. Just like there was no real desire. So Liam, yeah, very much there was no desire, mate, which is shocking, quite shocking, really. You'd expect, as I said, in the first game we played against Red Star Belgrade, everyone, no team in Europe gets into the Champions League by no team is a mug in this Champions League campaign, everyone. Any team that is in there deserves to be, and no team should be taken for granted. And frankly, I think a couple of players in that team tonight rocked up to Serbia and expected to win 3 points, and that shows, and it was very evident in the performance tonight. I think the Liverpool lads very much had it in their head that they were just going to step foot on that pitch and win the match and get the 3 points. That's frankly disrespectful to the Serbian team and Red Star Belgrade, and credit to all their fans, because they've done a fantastic job really in making it a cauldron. I wish I was there to experience the atmosphere, because from when we were all watching it, or wherever you went anyway, the atmosphere was ridiculously loud. Lallana was poor. He should have we should have brought on Kaiser for him. Scotty, I didn't really understand the Adam Lallana. He had a very poor performance, but I'm not just going to pick one player out, because it'd be a bit unfair, because it's a whole team collective, mate. Scotty, I think a lot of us have been watching the match tonight. If you've all got thoughts on the players, individual patterns of play and everything, let me know in the comment section below, because I'll get them out, and your thoughts on the match. So make sure you drop them in the comment section below, and I will very much read them out anyway. Scotty said as well, Virgil or Gomez or Robbo, man of the match for this match. Virgil, Scotty, I think I was left questioning about the first goal. It was a simple set piece. I can't really remember. I think, ask everyone, when was the last time we conceded a set piece goal this season? I think we've been very good on set pieces this season, but tonight it's a sloppy ball, zonal marking. If you've played football, or when we've watched footy under Rafa, when he used to zonal mark, if there's an opposition player in the squad in a position where the zonal marking is not marking off the attack and runs of the opposition, then it's a blatant goal. It's going to go in the back of the net, and that's where zonal marking. I'm not one for zonal marking anyway, but tonight there was what's his name, Pavkov, he done fantastic to get his head on that ball. Defending was so poor for that goal. Simple corner. You're just asking Virgil van Dijk or Gini Wijnaldum, I think it was, who was meant to be marking the striker anyway. Fantastic header, but it was poor defending. Nothing more to say about that. Robbo needs to pass forwards or just run at their right back. For the amount of times the ball went backwards was embarrassing. That is from Liam. Liam, absolutely spot on, mate. Robbo, as I was speaking to my mate Jack as well, and probably you've been speaking to your mates when you've been in work or at the pub or at your home, if you're speaking to your dad, your cousin, your sister or whatever, when you're watching the Reds. Robbo, when he's been getting to those positions, especially this season, his final ball and delivery this season has been a bit off compared to how well it was last season. I think our wing backs last season, especially tonight, they very much did not. Like last season, they offered us. I think it was one of the main reasons why we were so dominant in terms of our attacking play. But this season, our wing backs haven't really been spot on at all. They haven't been on the ball this year. But tonight, yet again, another game performance. You're asking Robbo and Trent to really stretch the play, and when they're not getting in behind, and obviously not getting the opposition to opportunity really to get down that right and left flank, but when they do, they need Robbo or Trent, hence why Trent got taken off, because I think Jürgen very much, Trent, he's not going to be the fall guy in that first half, because but I think Klopp had to change it up to a three centre backs at the back, and then obviously pushed Robbo on the left mid and wing backs anyway, and I think Millie played, or Sadio played right wing back anyway. Just tried to create that stretch, that pitch anyway, but we weren't able to do that in the second half, were we, mate? But because they just sat players in the box in that second half, rightly so. But it was up to Liverpool to break them down. But Liam, absolutely spot on there about Robbo, mate. Thumbs up to Jack in the stream. Nice one, Tom. Klopp, Mourinho, new style is his new killing ghost. That's just from Mary. Cheers for dropping the comments, everyone. We'll be reading through all your comments. Klopp, Mourinho, and new style is killing our strikers. Explained on that, Mary, in terms of his tactical play, in terms of what you think about what Klopp was trying to do tonight. Let me know. Nice one for commenting, absolute legends. Let's go to the weird thing is that this is from Liam, that this defence didn't actually play overall. Keeper was woeful for the second and the first from corner. I'm more scared about the team going forward. Liam, absolutely spot on there, mate, because I think a lot of us have been, there has been a lot of questions asked, and has Jurgen Klopp missed a thing with not signing a out-and-out attacking creative midfielder? Because you've seen tonight when Shaqiri's not playing and when Bobby Firmino is not creating space or getting those runs in behind, frankly, there's no one in that midfield to very much offer this Liverpool team a bit of creativity, which is sad, but hopefully come January we can sign a good creative midfielder. This from Scott. Porto's gone 2-0 up as well there. The FA Cup match might be our only realistic hope of getting a trophy. Liam, don't speak too soon, mate. There's still a long way to go in the Champions League. Still 2 big games. Woeful performance, spot on. That's by Umaj. There's no other words really to say other than it was a shocking performance, and hopefully we can get better tonight anyway. Firmino was alright when he came on. Matip impressed me, and Virgil is just Virgil as always. Disappointed in Robbo and Trent. Also, Lallana was half a yard off all of the game. Liam, I think I've seen a lot on Twitter, but Twitter's going to be Twitter. It's a madness Twitter. Don't really listen to people on Twitter anyway, because I think there's a bunch of keyboard warriors. But if you're messaging me or tweeting me anyway, I will listen to you and we'll feature them in future videos anyway. But you do see a knee-jerk reaction on Twitter anyway. But everyone was saying Lallana, from what I could gauge from a lot of tweets tonight, everyone was saying Adam Lallana's time's up. People have been saying that. Hate to say it, but Trent's man is needed off the bench. Hate to say it, but a target man is needed off the bench. That's from Sivan LFC. Absolutely spot on, mate. And Sivan, I think a lot of you did see as well when it was weird. When we did get the ball out wide, there was a couple of times tonight when we were sat there, every single one of us watching Liverpool tonight, and a couple of times we were pumping the ball into the box when there was about 2 men in the box. 2 men in the box, and we're pumping the ball into a box full of Serbians who are like probably about 6'5" each of them. They're all tall people, Serbians. But there was no chance, and it's something like that when you just need a captain or someone in your team just to say, right, not working, right, try and move the ball a little bit quicker in the midfield. But we just kept on for a good 20 minutes trying to pump this ball in, and nothing was happening. And if we're all seeing it, surely Klopp or the players in that team should see it and try and change it up. But that never happened for the whole entirety of the second half, which was very disappointing. I agreed with us conceding the second goal. 1 second, one disappointing. Original, this is from Liam. Original was supposed to be the target in the last 10. Origi was meant to be the target in the last 10, but he only had about 6 touches and they weren't very promising. Liam, I think even if every single one of us played tonight, I think we could have had prime Pele up front, and he would not have got a touch. I'm sorry. But like, if you've got creativity like we did have tonight, which there was none of, we could have been sat here for a good 24 hours to a good 2 years. That goal for Liverpool was not going to be coming tonight, which was sad. We played so poor in terms of trying to create chances. Sivan, Virgil should have been sent up front. Absolutely spot on there, mate. like Benitez used to do with Agger. I agree with us conceding the second goal. Alisson made a pathetic attempt to save it. That's from Sivan, obviously, on the second goal, mate. Well done, Red Star. Belgrade, we were utter rubbish tonight, Jack. That's from Gary Richards, spot on, mate. There's no denying the fact. We're not going to sit here. Any Liverpool fans not going to sit here and say we played boss. We deserve that tonight. And PSG have just gone 1-0 up, so that is not good for us. But yeah, PSG have just scored. That's just come up on the notifications. So this group could be looking very interesting by the end of tonight. But Gary, spot on there, mate. Huge credit to Red Star Belgrade. As much as we played, we made them play well, but they gave absolutely every bit of energy tonight, and huge credit to them. They deserve all the 3 points. They deserve it. We were too pragmatic in our style. This was from Mary. Pragmatic in our style of play. We kind of park the bus and go on the counter-attack. Very much so, Mary. That's how we very much set up. They set up like that, and rightly so. There was a couple of times that could have been 3-0, 4-0. They sat back on a 2-goal lead, which you're expecting to do. But that how are PSG getting on against Napoli, Liam? I've just updated you, mate. Sorry, I didn't read that out sooner. But PSG have just gone 1-0 up, mate. I'm sorry, this from Scotty. I'm sorry, but our defence should have came out for their second goal. Spot on, Scott. You're looking at our defence, the flat back four. There was no pressure on the ball. It's basic football, basic Sunday League football. If you've got any striker in Europe or midfielders or a decent player in Europe that's got a good shot on him, they don't have a pop shot. And if you've got no defenders, and you've got no central defensive midfielder who's meant to tackle the ball and apply pressure on their attackers, he had no pressure on him at all. He could have had about 10 shots, and it was a great strike. I'm not taking that away from him, but he should have definitely been closed down at least. Where's Scottish said 1-0. Putting Origi up on was like Klopp throwing in the towel. There was no way a man who's had problems with injury, hasn't had any first team minutes in months, was going to make a positive impact. This is from Sivan. I hope this is a huge wake-up call. We have PSG away in a few weeks. We need to be up for this. That's from Tony Kelly LFC. Spot on, Tony. I think this is it's not really been you're spot on with a wake-up call, mate, but I think us as fans were the most knowledgeable in terms of, we're not going to sit here, and when we've all been watching Liverpool over the last couple of weeks, every single one of us has not been impressed by our performances. We haven't been pulling up trees. We've been grinding out performances. Our defence has very much got us out of the dark anyway in terms of getting results. We play, but it's always that creative spark in the midfield, and the attacking wise, we've not been banging in goals for fun. And Tony definitely will be a wake-up call, mate. But all of us have... I said to a couple of lads before the match, a couple of mates, and I was like, don't be taking Red Star Belgrade for granted. And Lord behold, they come at us, score 2 goals, and we create nothing at all the whole match. I want to sit here and be positive, but I want to shout, I'm not a huge credit where it's due, but poor Liverpool. Liam has said, but nice one, Tony, for getting that message in. Got to go and win next 2 games in the group, away at PSG and home to Napoli. Should be fun. But yeah, mate, we've got two sets of 180 minutes really to save the Champions League group stage games. 2 very good teams, 2 of the best teams in Europe. PSG, we've won already, but Napoli, we've been beaten. But that's going to be at home. But it's the position in which Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp have put us in. They've put themselves in this position where they need to win at least a maximum of 6 points from the last 2 games. And if we don't get out of this group stage and we end up in Europa League, there's only the people to blame, and that's the players and the manager. But that's their own fault. They will be most angry at themselves anyway. Hopefully we can do it. But it's a huge wake-up call, as Tony just said then. Spurs are 1-0 down. What are the chances Did you see Monaco get smashed 4-0? It's not just us, Jack, getting bad results. Tony Kelly, Tony, that's what happens when you get Thierry Henry as your manager, mate. He hasn't got a clue managerial. He was assistant to Roberto Martinez for Belgium, obviously, mate, but I think he's not going to do too good as a manager, mate. He's good at being a pundit, but not good at being a manager, mate. Time will tell, but I don't think Thierry Henry will do at all good at Monaco. He won't last long there, I don't think. The Anfield atmosphere should be hard against for us, for Napoli. Really need that fox-in-the-box type of poacher as an opponent, as an option off the bench. Our strikers didn't make much effort, but put in a good run in the box for all the crosses. Spot on, mate. Origi, squad depth, we talked about it a lot this season anyway. It was going to be something that's questioned, but off the bench, this Liverpool team is still lacking a lot of true quality. It's a very strong team, but we do need that extra bit of quality coming off the bench. All top teams in Europe, you just have to look at, I think it was Dortmund this season, they've got that Paco Alcacer, and even Arsenal, when they do bring Aubameyang on. Aubameyang's like scored 5 goals in 140 odd minutes this season. Liverpool do need that cutting edge off the bench in terms of the attacking positions anyway, but absolutely spot on there, mate. We definitely should go back to Fekir. I'll pay 85 million is from Tony and get him. I don't care if we need a creative midfielder to help our front three, but we do need new ideas. Spot on, Tony. I don't blame Robbo passing backwards a lot of the time. Who's that by? Sivan, absolutely spot on, mate. It's pointless him losing possession of the ball, passing it forward if there's no options. If there's only one option to pass backwards or sideways, they're the only options, mate. It's up to the forward lads and the creative and the midfield three, really, to get in those positions to ask for the ball. A bit like Phil Coutinho used to do. He used to get into positions and try and ask for the ball. That's how you create space and basics of football, mate. But yeah, I'm going to be going in a little second, everyone. But you're absolute legends. Thank you very much for for getting involved and dropping your comments in. I really do appreciate it. If you don't mind dropping a like on the video, a lot of you have already, but if you don't mind dropping a like on the video, you're absolute legends. I really do appreciate it. I love speaking to you all, and I will be releasing another video out tomorrow as well. Definitely 100% anyway. Apologies everyone, just being busy with work. But I honestly wouldn't mind us losing Salah. Oh, Sivan. 120 million monster bid came in for the winter transfer window. I would very much mind, mate. He's our best player. I think we should look at Asensio from Madrid. Scotty, he's a very good player, mate, and that's the type of player I'd love us to sign, mate. He's got like the second, I think it was Zidane said a couple of months ago, he's got the second best left foot in La Liga, but a player like him, at the end of the day, everyone, cap off tonight's performance. Wasn't good enough. We all know that. Credit to Red Star Belgrade anyway. It's not like our season's going to fall apart of one bad performance, but these performances have been coming and the performance levels do need to be stepped up. And Jurgen Klopp after tonight I think he probably would have pinned a couple of them to the dressing room locker anyway and told them really straight to the face, you need to sort this out. And there's a lot of Liverpool players tonight that need their heads wobbling, and they need a big kick up the backside in terms of their performances. But yeah, mate, Christian Pulisic, shouts to Christian Pulisic, couple of Asensio shouts as well. Why would Klopp play Daniel Sturridge over Bobby Firmino? Mad. LFC Spectre, nice one there, for joining, mate. It was madness. LFC Spectre started off the show, mate. The substitutions I didn't really get. I get a couple of players might be tired, but you'd always play your strongest team in Europe, and that shouldn't have been the case. Where, yeah, our squad depth is a little bit better this season, but I'm sorry, Bobby Firmino is so important to this Liverpool side. He creates space for Sadio Mane, he creates a space for Mohamed Salah as well. And you just see when Bobby Firmino isn't there on the football pitch, the majority of the time, especially in Europe, Salah was man-marked out of the game tonight. Mane was man-marked, and there was no runs in behind or anything. What do we think about Rabiot? He's been awful for PSG this season, according to their fans. He's a Liverpool fan, mate, Sivan, isn't he, mate? So he could potentially be coming to Liverpool. But tonight wasn't the best performance. But we just got to win the last 2 games in our group, everyone, haven't we? Napoli and PSG should be fun, but Liverpool are good enough. We got to the final last season playing very big teams, playing the football. If we can pick up our standards in terms of Europe like we did last season, but we can't be doing what we've done tonight again, because we will be eliminated from the Champions League if it continues. Everyone, thank you very much, everyone, for dropping in, getting involved. If you leave your comments in after the video has been uploaded anyway, I really do appreciate everyone getting involved. But we go again. It's going to be another big game at the weekend anyway on Sunday. Just hopefully we can get 3 points. We surely should and be able to put this result behind us. But it's not a result that we can just forget about. These performances do need to get looked at, mate. And Scotty and every single one of you, Alex Spector, Tony Kelly, every single one of you, hopefully Sivan, everyone. Is anyone else getting involved? That have got involved in live stream, everyone. Liam as well, Mary as well. Thank you very much, everyone, for getting involved. Thank you very much for dropping your comments, dropping your likes on the video as well. You're absolute legends. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Get a news video out tomorrow as well. So if you want to check that out, stay tuned on the channel. If you haven't got your bell notifications on, just so you get notified when we all go live anyway, when we're all speaking to each other. Make sure you do that. Hello from Serbia, just came home from the match. Alak, huge credit, mate. If you obviously you might be a Red Star Belgrade fan, mate. Huge credit to you, mate. Your team played fantastic. Good game. You very much do deserve it, mate. Hopefully I've said your name right, mate. Apologies if I've got it wrong. But enjoy your night, mate. You all do fully deserve it, Red Star Belgrade, because they played fantastic. Absolutely spot on tonight. I wish that could have been said for Liverpool tonight, but we played poor, and Red Star Belgrade fully deserved that 3 points. Everyone, have a quality night. Good night, everyone, and try and enjoy the rest of your night, everyone. See you later, everyone. Alexander, yeah, apologies. There we go. See you later, everyone. After all, we're newbies in Europe. Yeah, Alexander, spot on, mate. Hopefully you can get in next season anyway, Alexander. But mate, you done your country proud. You've done your fans, your players done your club proud tonight. Anyway, everyone, mate. But yeah, see you later, everyone, and you'll never walk alone. Chilla.